welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. Hi, my name's Emma. Welcome to Rose Cottage Creates. So I've just got in from work and I just thought, right, do you know what? I'm just going to jump on. It's been a couple of weeks, not as long as last time. I think it's been maybe about coming up to 3 weeks now since my last Flosstube. So I thought, right, I'll jump on when I've got a bit of time this afternoon. I thought I'll come and jump on and catch up. I won't leave it as long as I did last time. So hi, welcome everyone. Hope you're all doing well. The weather's been atrocious all weekend for anyone that had the lovely storm, was it Storm Amy here in the UK? It's Monday the 6th today. So yeah, the weekend was a bit breezy to say the least. I was very surprised, but my son's Alfie's football match still went ahead on Sunday yesterday, so we had to venture out on the sideline in our big snug winter coats, getting very windblown, but yes, it was nice that it could continue. So yes, we've got a bit of a autumnal display going on behind me. I'll try and pop some pictures in at the start to show. I haven't got an awful lot of cross stitching, because obviously I'm quite new on my cross-stitching journey, so I haven't got an awful lot of finishes made up. So I've just got, as you can see there, the bird that I'd shown in one of my other episodes. So he's hanging there on display, so hopefully we're going to get a few more finishes to add to the display. So yes, what have we been up to? A couple of weeks of been and gone, and we're already flying through October. As you all know, I've been doing lots of kind of spooky Halloween stitches. That's been my interest at the moment. So yeah, I've been working on those a lot. I've got quite a bit of stitching done actually, which has been nice. Quite a few finishes. Got some fully finishes to show you. Another finish and some whips. So yeah, hopefully you'll stay tuned and hopefully you'll enjoy what I've got to show you. So yeah, first of all, before we start as well, I just want to say a massive thank you for anyone that has shouted me out on their floss tubes, which is just wonderful. So lovely Sarah from Sew Me Sarah and Liz from, just check I've got that right, Lizzie the Stitcher, have both totally surprised, totally blown me away, given me a lovely shout out, a lovely mention, which is so kind. I think when somebody else shouts you out, it's just, I don't know, it just feels lovely as a newbie as well, and as a fairly new to cross stitch and the community. It's really nice when people take the time out to give you a mention, and obviously you've liked what I've been showing so far, so that means a lot. So thank you so much. Yeah, it was a real lovely surprise to hear my little name get called out. So thank you to both of you. It means very much, means a huge lot to me. I can't even get my words out because I'm so overwhelmed with joy. So thank you. So right, let's just dive straight in. So as you all, well, for anyone that wasn't watching or hasn't watched any of my previous videos, I'm a big fan of Stacey Nash and the Animal Crackers. I said to myself that I always want to have at least one animal cracker on the go, I think, because I just think they're lovely. I think they're adorable. I just think they're really cute. So my fully finish is bobbin, which is a lot tinier than I'd thought it was going to turn out to be, but there is bobbin. Cute. So we'd nearly finished him last time. I think I was just missing one of the Weeks Dye Works colours. I think it was, is it cattail? Sort of the light beigey colour. So I managed to order the thread and get bobbin. So there. Sorry, it's quite hard to hold bobbin. There we are. Cute. So bobbin, on the pattern, for anyone that doesn't know, bobbin actually stands on a bobbin. So like on the really old-fashioned wooden spools, the bobbin spools, bobbin sort of just sits on top, and then with the thread you can sort of wrap around the thread around the bobbin and then sort of put it through the needle so it actually looks like he's got his needle and thread. So I need to find myself an old-fashioned wooden bobbin spool to sit him on top of. So I'm not quite sure where we can pick those up from. I think I'm going to have a little Google and search online and see, because I would quite like to display him like that. I think he would look quite cute sat on top of one of those. So yeah, I always fill the animal crackers with crushed walnut shells. So that's what bobbin's filled with, and they're fiddly. For anyone that hasn't used them, it is very, very fiddly to get all these tiny bits. So the other day when I was in my house stuffing and filling, and in the kitchen there's now sort of tiny bits of what feels like grains of sand all over the floor where it was where bits have obviously spilt. So I think I need to be a little bit more careful when I'm stuffing these, but I really like them. I like the look that it gives with the walnut shells. So yeah, cute little bobbin. Just needs his little bobbin to sit on. I still find them so fiddly to sew up. For anyone that hasn't heard about my love-hate relationship with my sewing machine, I use my sewing machine to put the first one together, oh God, I can't find my words today, sorry. The bunny that I made, I used my sewing machine to fully finish, and it didn't go to plan very well at all. So the next one that I made, I hand sewn, and that went a lot better actually. I was really pleased with that. And then I hand sewn this one as well, but I know I'm being very, very picky, but I can still see tiny, I mean, it's fairly neat, the rest of it, considering. It's not perfect, but it doesn't matter. It's only for me anyway. But yeah, I thought I would like him to be a little bit neater, but yeah, I do struggle an awful lot with my sewing machine. I think what it is I probably just don't use it enough. Probably like all of us with too many crafts and different things on the go, that I probably need to sit down and actually use my sewing machine on a more regular basis and just get some more experience with it really. It's probably not the sewing machine's fault, it's hold my hands up, it is my fault, my problem, and I don't use it enough. So yeah, that's not bad. So that's little bobbin, and straight after bobbin, as I was just saying, I'm always going to have a Stacey Nash animal cracker on the go. I really loved Dr. Raven, and it's given me those Halloween vibes at the moment, so I thought he'd be a great one to start next. I love this as well, like his lantern. So I haven't actually made the lantern on that little tiny cushion yet. I haven't made that, but I would like to, because I think they go perfect together. But I did start Raven, and not only did I start Raven, I fully finished Raven. So yeah, I've been very, very good girl these last couple of weeks, and I've got my projects done, boxed off, and fully finished. So here, is Raven, and I love Raven. So I totally went off, totally changed the fabric. This one, let me just see, this was a Weeks Dye Works linen Confederate grey. They recommended on Stacey Nash's pattern. Now I did have a grey in stash. Now I can't remember for the life of me what it was called. But I picked the grey, thought it looked fantastic on the grey. And then one of the colours, I think it was the paler colour on the face or on the top of the ear, I tried and it was just lost. It was absolutely lost on the fabric. I couldn't see it, and I thought, you know what? This is giving me vibes of when I first started on my cross-stitching journey. If anyone remembers episode 1 with Miss Bingley's library, with my whole drama of the coloured linen and fabric, the coloured linen fabric and my flosses, it didn't go very well. It didn't go to plan. And I thought, no, do you know what? If I can't see the colour, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop now. I'm not going to carry on any further. I don't want to struggle. I want to enjoy the project and I want to see what I'm doing. So I've completely picked well, not obviously gone in a completely different direction to the grey. So I haven't actually got my notebook in either, so I can't really remember. If anyone does want to know the colour of the linen, send me a message, or pop something in the comments and I can write down a reply to you what the linen choice is. But yeah, it's not grey, it's like a biscuity brownie, but I have backed in a sort of a grey linen. Now here, so I've got a confession, I did use my sewing machine for Dr. Raven. I'm super happy the way this has come out on the sewing machine. The only thing is, I find it really hard with my sewing machine going around corners, and I didn't quite realise how many corners and turns there are once I've cut this one out. So here, just going up into the beak, if you can see there on the back, it's pulled, it's puckered. You can see the fabric in there. So I haven't gone round that curve as neatly as I would have liked to have. So obviously you can see on the back, but I don't honestly think it's too noticeable on the front. I mean, you tell me what you think. I mean, yeah, you can see a bit of a wrinkle, but I mean, come on. Who hasn't got a bit of a wrinkle on the nose or the head? So I'm fine with that. Dr. Raven can have a wrinkly nose, it's fine. But I think he looks great. I'm really chuffed with him. I used all the called for Weeks Dye floss. And like I said, I've backed him. I normally back in the same linen of what I've stitched with. I use from the back as well, but this time I'd literally just had enough fabric to actually cross stitch him on. So there definitely wasn't enough to use as backing. But I thought, you know what, it might be quite nice with a contrast because he's sort of got like the grey colours in him. And I like it. I think it's turned out really well. So that was literally just a piece of linen. It come in the bundles that I'd got. Unfortunately, our Hobbycraft was shutting down. Oh gosh, probably about a month or two ago now. And I'd bought some of the material packs that they sell. And this was like one with natural colours and linens and things. So I just cut a bit off that. But the rest of it, I thought, considering I've used the sewing machine, look at that. That is pretty darn neat for me, even if I do say so myself. That is an achievement. So I'm going to take that seam and be blooming proud of it. Wrinkle and all, with his wrinkly nose. So love Dr. Raven. In fact, he could probably go up here on display somewhere, couldn't he? He could go up there with my autumn display. There we are. We'll sit Dr. Raven up there. Just need to make his little lantern. But yeah, absolutely chuffed. So the next one, I have actually got nettle. So I already had this pattern, and I'm pretty sure I've got all the threads now as well. So I might possibly, she could be on my plans, might possibly make a start on nettle, because at the moment I haven't got any more of the animal crackers on the go. And like I say, I did say that I would always like one on the go. They are quite time consuming. I don't know whether anyone else has noticed, but for what you think would be quite a small cutesy animal, there is a lot of stitches in there. An awful lot of stitches. But yeah, that's another cute one. And the little pumpkin, I don't know whether that's a needle book. Oh, it is classed as a needle book, I think. And a mask as well, so I think a mask can be removed. If you see on the back there, she hasn't got a mask on. So yeah, that probably is quite a lot, especially if I was hoping to get it done in time for Halloween. I don't think I can see that happening. But yeah, definitely I think it could be a good one to start next. So I might make a start on nettle. So yeah, really chuffed to have bobbin complete, bobbin finished, and started and finished Mr. Raven. So yeah, I'm delighted with both of those. Now my next fully finish, I am even more delighted with, because I'd had this project on the go for a while. I'll pop a little picture in here. So this is the Witchy Stitcher, the Apothecary Shop sign. I was working on that, so I did manage to finish it, and not only finish it, I have fully finished it. So yeah, absolutely, you can see as well, chuffed with my finish on this one. So this is actually a tray. This was a tray that I spray painted black, stuck that on the front, and then I've stuck some twine. I still need to go around and get a bit of the glue gun off, but I've stuck some twine, if you can see there. So it kind of gives it that sort of rusty sort of bits coming off it. But yeah, I thought that that was fab. So there you go, I'll give you a good. So yeah, quite an easy one to follow, just one colour. It was just DMC 310, the black. Like I say, all the same, but love the fabric. Love the fabric. I commented on someone's Flosstube the other day about this. So it's, picture this plus murky. I think, I'm going to put it out there, I think one of my all-time favourite linens. I think the colour, especially for anything a bit spooky, a bit Halloween, a bit dark, I think the colour choice is great. Really glad I went for that. So yeah, chuffed with it on the, I think is a fully finish. It looks good, doesn't it? I hope you like it. So I thought, I haven't put my Halloween decorations out yet. So I've just done the small autumnal display at the moment, but obviously I do decorate for Halloween, and I do go a little bit crazy. And I've got a lot of crocheted things that I've crocheted for Halloween. So I do need to get all of those out and put them on display. And obviously this can go with my more of the Halloween display, I think. I'm not gonna put it with the autumn stuff, but yeah, once I get the Halloween things down out of the loft, that can go. But yeah, I'm kind of showing you it sideways because I think it looks really cool on the tray. I never really would have thought about doing a finish like that, but I think it's good because it will just stand. You don't have to hang it, it can just stand up somewhere. But again, these trays I'd bought, so they come as, I think it was a pack of 3. I think there may be one larger and one smaller. And again, they were from the Hobbycraft when it was closing down, so I got them so cheap. And they're that colour, they're just the pale colour. But then obviously you can sort of, even if you didn't want to paint them, but you can do whatever you want with them. So yeah, really chuffed with that. So if I hadn't said that was the Witchy Stitcher, that was one of her, oh, it would help if it was the right way round. Sorry everyone, showing it to you upside down. Yeah, the Witchy Stitcher Apothecary Shop. It's her pattern. So yeah, really looking forward to get that one out on display for Halloween. And then another start and finish, which yeah, I was on one these last couple of weeks, wasn't I? So I am a Patreon member of the Primitive Hair. So when they started up on Patreon, oh, probably a couple of months ago now, I joined because I really do like the Primitive Hair patterns. I think they do some lovely ones. And I'll put a little picture again up here of an autumnal one that was released. So I stitched it up the other day, and I'm not joking, I started stitching it on Saturday night. So I stitched it the Saturday night and the Sunday and had it finished, which for me, that was quick. That was really quick. So there it is. And yet we've made it into a pillow. So it's cute, isn't it, with the mushroom and the acorn. So that was quite a nice pattern. I have changed some of the colours myself. I used a couple of the ones it called for, and then I've got most of the DMCs in my stash. So I just had a look and just winged it really, and went for whatever I thought would be a good alternative. And then I've backed it in this fabric just because I thought that went quite well colour wise. Again, that was a pack from Hobbycraft when they sold their bundles of the fabric, so I just found that one and thought that'd be great. But I have, so even though it's finished, I've not said it's fully finished because I thought I'm going to stick that bow on there because I just think that that looks adorable. Basically, I really like it with the bow on it. And I have got some brown, like the Rick Rack. So I didn't know whether, so this is my first, I've never finished anything like this before, never finished it with Rick Rack. So I didn't know whether to stick the Rick Rack around the edge. So anyone, what do you think? Do you think that that's going to look better with the Rick Rack? I think the colours will be great together. So I did think if the Rick Rack went on and then this bow, what do we think, everyone? Please leave a comment and tell me with or without the Rick Rack. And then I'm definitely going to put the bow on because I like the bow and it's a bit like silk and rustic and I like that a lot. And then I have got, I'm sure you've all seen these before, these felt, they're just like felt balls. So they're quite, I thought those colours were very, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold all three like that, sorry. Oh, there goes the Rick Rack. Those three, what I wanted to do was put them on, so when I've seen people have put like decorative pins into the pillows, I know you can buy, I've seen some fabulous ones, I've seen, is it Puntini that do some pins with the decorations on top, and they look great when people just put the pins in. But I thought maybe just two, I don't think I'm going to put all three on, but maybe just two like that on some pins. Sorry, it's really awkward to hold like that and show you at the same time, in one of the corners. But does anybody know what pins I should buy? So basically, I just want to stick the pin on the felt balls. Just going to stick the pin through, and then I can just stick the pin into the pillow. But I don't know. I've tried Googling it and I've tried looking last night. I don't know what pins, because obviously our pins that we use, and especially pins that you use for sewing and embroidery, they're quite short and a lot of them are quite thin as well. So I was looking hopefully for something a bit longer and maybe a bit more sturdier, that I could literally just stick the felt ball on top of it and then stick the pin in there. Now I was Googling all sorts. I was looking at hat pins, decorative pins. Yeah, I'm at a loss. I found a couple, I know there was a few on Amazon, but some of them have got sort of like pearls on the top, and different bits, like metal bits on the top. So I didn't know whether one of them would still go through. So I don't know, but if anyone knows, please reach out to me, and let me know what you suggest, because I think they'd look great sort of stuck in there. So even though it's finished, sorry, I'll just grab my Rick Rack that fell. Even though it's finished, I've not said it's a fully finished, because like I said, I need a little bit of advice, everyone out there, of what you think. So do we Rick Rack or do we not Rick Rack? I know the colour would look nice. It would go lovely. So I'm not bothered about the colour. So I do quite like it with that on. I think it'll add to it. And then like I say, I'm definitely putting my bow on because I like that a lot. And then I just need to know, I'm just not having it with them three, am I? You get the picture anyway, don't you, of those? And then they're going in here, in there, that side, on pins, hopefully. So yeah, if anyone would like to share their advice, or like I say, anyone know what pins I should look for, or what pins would be the best, let me know, and I can get that fully finished, because that would also be lovely. Be my first finished pillow, which I think also needs to be on display, doesn't it? That would be great once that's finished. So that is all my fully finishes, which I am chuffed with, because like I say, a couple of weeks and I've worked really hard to try and get them done. So yeah, I am absolutely delighted with those. Really glad to have them boxed off and hopefully get them on display as well, because I really want to make my things, into fully finishes, and enjoy them and get them on display. so I can see them and appreciate all the time and effort that's gone into them. So yeah, that is all my fully finishes at the moment. So what else have I been working on? Okay, so again, if you have been watching me, following me on my journey, you'll know about my absolute drama with the Witchy Stitcher, A Graveyard Wanderer. Basically, I read the pattern wrong. For anyone that hasn't, I'll keep it short and sweet because I'm not going over it all because it's bringing back too many bad memories and we've moved on now. But anyway, the pattern, where the pattern was on 2 different pieces of paper, I basically haven't read the pattern right and I was off 4 stitches. So 4 stitches along should have been that way. I'd stitched that way. So a whole quarter, the bottom quarter of my pattern was wrong. Frogged it all, left it, calmed myself down, learnt that I needed to deal with it and moved on. And you will be so proud of me. Oh, I've just found my notebook as well. Sorry, digressing. I wonder if that might have the... Oh no, I haven't. Oh, I thought that might have my material in, sorry. I've picked it up again. So I'll pop the pattern in here. You can see what it should look like, what it will look like when it's finished. If you want to see my disaster of how it all went wrong, skip back a few of my videos and you'll see the tears and the dilemmas that we had. Anyway, we move on. As one of my lovely Instagram friends kindly pointed out, it is just linen, it is just thread, it can be fixed. So we learn, we move on. And believe me, it was a very good learning curve for me because from now on, I have double, triple, however many times, checked my patterns, checked that I'm in the right place, counted, double counted, everything. So yeah, I learned the hard way, but it has definitely learnt me a lesson. So, ta-da! So chuffed, so chuffed. So what, so basically all this over here was wrong. So what I did when I decided to pick it up again, I moved over here. This was the side that I hadn't worked on at all. So I moved over to this guy and I started working here, all down here, because I thought I couldn't face this bit at the moment in that time where it was just too raw. So I thought, right, if I come over here, work on a completely different area, and then got some of his stitches in, and I don't know what come over me, but I just thought, do you know what, I'm going to move back. I'm going to move back over. And so I did. I started though this time, I think someone had left me a comment last time saying maybe start on the tombstone, whereas last time I'd started on her dress and come down, and I think that's what had thrown me because it's sort of a mishmash of every colour. I'd just been working and working, doing rows and rows and rows of a dress, and it didn't really occur to me that it didn't add up until I come over here and obviously started working down and then thought, oh, hold on a minute, it was all off balance. So it wasn't, there was no straight bits that were, it just didn't make sense. So anyway, we've worked down here first and got this in, and then obviously got a dress in. So chuffed, and I do absolutely adore this pattern. I mean, I must love it to have picked it up and carried on with it again. I'm surprised it didn't go in the bin after last time. Plus it's absolutely ruined the fabric. It took that long to frog it. It really, really did. It nearly destroyed the fabric. So there's one bit, I mean, you can't see it. Like to the eye, you wouldn't even know it was there. But there was somewhere in the dress where I've kind of just had to wing it a bit because so basically on your linen where it crosses to make the holes, there's a bit in here and the hole had been pulled so wide that it probably should have been the equivalent of 2 holes, but it had just gone so big from just basically unraveling it all that I had to just wing it. But like I say, you would never know probably looking at that. But I mean, you can still, I don't know whether the camera's, oh, actually I might have covered most of it looking at it now. Oh, there's a tiny bit there. Can you see where it sort of looks like it's frayed ever so slightly? I mean, that is nothing compared to what the fabric was like. But yet, luckily, I've managed to, I think, get away with it. I hope, because I love the fabric. And obviously all the top half. Well, I think there's a bit to do over here, which I didn't get round to doing. I don't know why. But pretty much all of the top half was done. So I didn't really fancy restarting all of that. And I love the fabric. The fabric is, for anyone that's interested, so all mine are always 36 count. It's Cactus Wren. So I'm not sure, is that Fox and Rabbit? Cactus Wren. But it's a gorgeous colour. And there is quite a bit of it left as well. But yeah, I really, really like the colour. I think it's lovely and I love the pattern on it. So yeah, I'm getting there. Well, I'm very much getting there. I would absolutely love for this pattern to be finished for Halloween. In fact, that is going to be, I think that's going to be my goal, to just carry on working away. Especially now I've got a lot of my fully finishes and got them out of the way. I think this is going to be my focus piece to really, really get on. I'm going to add whatever bits are left up here and then probably come over here. In fact, that's probably pretty much where that half of the pattern has ended now. So I need my next bit of the pattern to continue over here and work down. So yeah, I love it. So that's overtook. So me and Kerry from Colourfully, is it Colourfully Cross Stitched, Kerry's channel? Oh gosh, sorry Kerry, I can't remember. I'll link it below. We were both working on the Medicine Poison pattern from the Witchy Stitcher. Kerry, I'm sorry, it's gone away. It's just not come back out. I don't know, it's just something about that pattern. And I was speaking to Pam as well the other day from Ditsy Daisy. Is it Ditsy Daisy Creates? Oh, Pam, what's your channel, Pam? I'll pop your channel below as well, Pam. And she was explaining to me as well that she knows someone, I don't know whether it's from her craft group or somebody she's been speaking to, and she's also struggled with the pattern. So that's 3 of us now that have just not had much joy with this pattern. And I love it, it's great. It's just, I don't know, it's just not working very well at the moment. So ideally, I would have loved that one finished for Halloween. That was really going to be my goal, to get that one done. But I don't know, I'm not sure. At the moment, this is calling to me much more. And I think as well, I think when you get to a certain place on your pattern, when you can see the end is in sight, or definitely for me, could well be speaking just about myself here, but for me, when I can see the end goal, it's quite close. It really pushes me to make me want to get a finish. Whereas the other one, I'd say, maybe not even a quarter of the way through it. So I think probably in the back of my mind, I feel like there is still so much to do on that pattern. It's going to be quite a time consuming one, and I just don't know. I don't know whether I've got that in me at the moment. I don't know whether I've got the patience to carry. I would carry on. I would definitely carry on. I just don't know whether that one's going to be finished in time for Halloween. But hey ho, it doesn't matter. If I'm enjoying, listen, you stitch on what makes you happy, don't you? That is the main thing. Whatever's calling to you, any other projects can wait. But like I say, I'm enjoying that one at the moment. So I am just going to carry on stitching on that, I think, and continue on. So last time as well, I'd said that I wasn't really feeling Christmas. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know about Christmas stitching either, but I was going through my patterns the other day and I had, I use the paper, I always use paper patterns. I like to get a blown up pattern, photocopy of my pattern that I can work on, that I can see that this is a bit clearer to my eyes. So I'm a good old paper girl, paper and highlighter. I like to work like that. So I'd had some patterns that I had actually photocopied and printed out ready to go. So one of them was this beautiful Brenda Gervais Merry Christmas. Now, I do absolutely adore the Brenda Gervais patterns. I just wish they were not so hard to find in the UK. They are a nightmare. And I love them so much. I've seen some people showing off theirs and I love them. There's a million of her patterns that I would absolutely love, but I was super lucky and managed to buy a couple second hand. So this being one of them, this Ho Ho Ho, which I just thought was lovely. Again, lovely pillow finish, which I like. And like I say, I had the pattern printed out and I thought, yeah, do you know what? I thought there might not be, although there's an awful lot of stitching in Santa and probably the reindeer, I thought the rest is fairly straightforward. And I quite like the writing. Quite like doing some writing now and again. It's quite an easy, just quite a nice easy stitch, isn't it? And there's just one colour. So I ordered some of the colours. So a lot of these, there's different ones. There's Classic Colourworks, there's Weeks, there's a couple of different ones. So I'd ordered some of the colours. I didn't know whether to get them all. So I don't know whether it's just because I'm fairly new to cross stitching, although I've worked with threads for a while because I've probably been doing my embroidery for about 5 years. I find it so difficult to choose floss colours, to try and look on a picture and think that that looks like one that I've got. It just baffles my head. For anyone that can do it, you deserve a medal, because to me it's just, and I feel like I waste so much time. Like the other day I was like, right, I'm going to pick some linen, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to go through my colours, and then I was like, oh, do you know what? I'm wasting so much stitching time. If I'd have just ordered the colours that I needed, maybe I'm lazy. Maybe I just want someone to go, there you go, Emma. There's your pattern, there's your threads, there's your linen. Thank you very much. Now I can get on with it. But yeah, I think I'm that kind of girl. I really do. I don't find it easy to colour convert. And I know there's websites out there that are probably fantastic that show conversions and things, but I don't know. So anyway, in a long-winded story, I'll get round to showing you. So I've got, oh no, I don't know what the fabric is. Whoever wrote that down. I wonder if I've put it on my pattern. I was about to show you my fabric, but bear with. I might have stuck it on something. Oh God, I don't know where I've put that now. So I already had this fabric in. But when I buy, oh, there you go, I found it. Okay, so a sticker comes on the fabric saying the make and the colour, and I peeled the sticker off and now I've stuck it on the back of the pattern, so I can't see it. Right, let me see. It's Picture This Plus. Is it Heartland? Picture This Plus. That is what the fabric is. So, not very organised today, am I? Sorry everyone. That's the fabric. I don't know whether you're going to see it very well. Oh, I am all fingers and thumbs today, I'm sorry. It's been a busy morning in work. That's the fabric. So it's quite mottled, which I'd say like, they're like two beige colours really. I don't know where. Can you see there? Anyway, you may well be aware of this fabric anyway, but I think it's a gorgeous colour. And I had it in and I thought, right, I'll just go with it. So this is as far as we've got. Ho ho. Ho ho, exclamation mark. And then I've just started down there. But love the colour. I think I'm going to love the fabric choice. What do we think? I don't even know what the called for linen was. To be honest, I'm not too bothered about linen because I kind of pick which linen colours that I like, and then I'll just pick the linen fabric. So I don't really mind picking the linen because like I said, I'll just see what I've got. It's just the flosses I really struggle with. So I ordered that, that's the called for. Let me just see. So these are the colours. So the writing I have been doing, so it's the Gentle Art Simply Shaker Endive. So that's the colour, that's the called for colour for the words, which I think is gorgeous. And then I ordered, so I've ordered quite a few of the called for straw hat from Classic Colourworks. So I think that one is going to be used for the reindeer. Although, does anyone else think that? Like when I've got the colour and then I look at the pattern, to me, they don't look the same. Like I don't think I ever would have said that that colour was for that reindeer. But I don't know, maybe it's just me. So, which is what brings me to saying about Santa. I ordered the colour for obviously his coat, which is Classic Colourworks Chili Pepper. Now, for anyone that doesn't know what that is, to me, it's orange. It's not red, I'm sure. I don't know whether you'll see on the light. And I know it's got different strands because obviously it is slightly variegated, but I just think it looks so orange in reality, like here. Like I say, I don't know what it's picking it up like on camera, but I just thought I don't know, to me, his coat's really red. When I look at that picture and then I look at that, they, to me, look nothing like. So I'm in a bit of a pickle. I'm in a bit of a dilemma. So I need a bit of help. What would you do? Would you stick with the same colour? Because obviously I've ordered that and that's what it's telling me to use. But it's just not very red. I don't want him to look like a pumpkin. We need him to be Santa. So I don't know. I mean, like I say, it is variegated. And maybe as I'm working along it, it might look different. But to me, it is such more of an autumnal orangey colour that I don't quite know what to do. So, and then like I say, I'm not very good at picking colours either. If I go through my stash, and I do like the way it's variegated. I love the way the threads kind of change colour as you work with them. Now obviously the DMC is just sort of a flat colour, so if I picked one of them it would just be red, whereas these, and I know Weeks are lovely as well for that. So I don't know, maybe anyone that's done this pattern or anyone that just wants to share a bit of advice, please reach out to me and let me know. All advice welcome. Like I say, I just don't know what to do, but to me, it doesn't look like it would go on that pattern. I mean, like I say, me looking down at it now, it's just so orange. And I don't know if I want an orange Santa. So, yeah, in a bit of a dilemma. And some of the other colours, like those, oh yeah, that one as well. So the snow and the beard, to me, sorry, do you know what? I'll take it out of the pack because it will be easier for you to see because of the glare. While we're discussing, while I'm having a bit of a wobble about it, about what to use, I'll take it out of the pack and it will be easier, hopefully, for you to see. So to me, the snow and his beard is very, very white. It really, really stands out. But again on the pattern, I need to get this right now. I want to be telling you the right colour, so just bear with me because obviously I don't want to show you the pattern. So the small dot. So they've used Classic Colourworks Eggshell, which I ordered. I have here, therewith. That is Eggshell, which to me is very, very cream. Like very, very beigey, creamy. It is definitely, like, look at them. How is that colour? That looks nothing like to me, to the point where I was like, have I read the pattern right? They're not the same colour, surely. So I'm at a loss, because obviously I want his beard white and I want the snow white. So I went through my DMC and I found 3865, which to me is white. That's a lot whiter. I mean, it still actually doesn't look as white as it's showing on the photo. That's still looking slightly creamy, but obviously it is nothing. It's much whiter. Like when you put them two together, there's no comparison, is there? You know, that is cream or beige, that is white. So yeah, basically I'm at a loss. I don't know what to do. And I don't find it fun. I don't find it fun trying to pick colours. So let me know. I'd love it. I'd love some advice, or reach out to me and just tell me what you think, or tell me what you think I should use. And I know it's my pattern, and you know what? It doesn't really matter. I can use whatever colours I want, can't I, really? It's probably only going to be me and my family that are ever going to see these. But I would like it to look nice. And I'd like to do the pattern justice, because I think I love the pattern. Like I just said, I think the Brenda Gervais patterns are absolutely gorgeous. And I think it's a lovely one. And it would be lovely finished into a pillow. So yeah, I'm just a bit unsure. So you've got a big job today, everyone out there watching me, haven't you? You've got a lot of commenting and a lot of advice to give. So please do those. Like I said, I'd love to know. But yeah, I really like the fabric. Really, really happy with the fabric choice. And I think that's a gorgeous colour. I really like that. I think it sits really well on the fabric. So yeah, no problems with that. Like I say, I'm super happy with the fabric choice, and the pattern is just certain colours that, yeah, I'm not quite sure on. So I think that is it with my WIPs. That's all I've been working on at the moment. I did forget to say last time though as well, I was so lucky. So I don't often, I know a lot of people at the end of the Flosstubes will do a giveaway, and I don't often enter them, but I'd entered one, and it was Helen D, for anyone that watches Helen D, and she is out in America, but she was willing to post to the UK on her giveaway. And not only did I enter the giveaway, I won the giveaway. And Helen was so lovely and so super fast that she sent this, and it was here, oh my gosh, within days. So yeah, I was absolutely thrilled. So she put a lovely little note in, congratulations Emma, and happy stitching, Helen. And I won these gorgeous Plum Street sampler patterns, which are absolutely adorable. So there's spring, summer, fall, or winter, or autumn, fall and winter. So yeah, absolutely thrilled. So that's Hello Spring. Then we've got Hello Summer, Hello Fall, which is gorgeous. I should really have started that one and tried to get that done for autumn. And then Hello Winter. So yeah, absolutely beautiful patterns, and I was so delighted. So Helen, thank you so much for not only making it available to us in the UK as well, but for getting them to me so fast. And that was, I meant to show them on my last episode, and I completely forgot. It was only later on that evening, I'd realised I hadn't picked them up, so yeah, delighted with those. So how lovely, absolutely gorgeous. So thank you again. And that's it. I think I've been pretty good this time. I've not got much haul. I think the only thing I bought was some flosses. I've got the floss to finish bobbing, and for the Brenda Gervais Ho Ho Ho, I'd ordered the flosses for that. So I won't show you because they're just what have been dotted around. And other than that, I haven't bought anything stitchy, I don't think. So that's it with my cross stitching. I'll talk a tiny little bit about my embroidery, which I managed to finish. So for anyone that knows, a huge fan of the stitchery, of Nikki at the Stitchery, and I get my monthly herbarium kit from Nikki. So this month just gone was coneflower, which was this beautiful kit, which comes with the linen and all the gorgeous DMC threads, which, I mean, this has been stitched now and that's still what's left over. So Nikki is more than generous with the threads. You get so much. So they always go in stash. They'll get wound around the my bobbins to keep. And let me just find you. So obviously the book, mine are all going into like, oh sorry, I've just knocked the camera then as well. Mine are all going into a book, like a scrapbooking thing that I've made. So let me just find you coneflower, which is also known as echinacea. And there we are. So that is my embroidered version of it this month, and that is my scrapbooking page to go alongside. So I always like to make a little scrapbooking page. So these are the threads. I've wound the threads around, and then I've just put some stamping on of obviously what it's called, and then down here the uses, what it's used for. So yeah, together. So we've not actually got many left now. We're getting closer and closer towards the end of the book because we're moving through the months. So yeah, it's oh my gosh, I just completely stabbed myself with the pin that was in that. I forgot I've been putting those pins in it. Wow, I forget how sharp they are. There's a pin there, can you see, holding the label on? So yeah, that's that page complete, that month's done. And then I've just literally received today, just in the post before, is the brand new. So I have just opened it out before to see, although I did know what it was because it was on Nikki's Instagram, but just to see this month's. And this is Poppy. So this is the new kit for this month, which looks lovely. So like I say, inside you'll get all the information. You get the label, which Nikki has printed. You'll see how many threads. So this is brand new. I haven't even opened these out yet. So they're the threads for Poppy, which are lovely. And this is the gorgeous old piece of linen with the outline. So what I've been doing is tea dyeing the fabric just to give them a bit more of an old rustic sort of look. So I might, although that one is a little bit darker, it varies because obviously they're just all old pieces of linen, so I might darken that one up a bit. And then the outline is there with the gorgeous threads, and then I'll dive straight in. I like to keep on top of these with the subscription because, oh, you know what it's like sometimes if you don't keep up on top of, especially monthly ones, before you know it, the next month's coming around and you've still got last month still sat there, and I don't like that. I do like to try my hardest to keep on top of them. So I will get that fabric dyed. In fact, I will leave it open now to remind me to dye that fabric. I'll get that dyed and then I can jump straight in and start that. So I think that's it really. So I need to fully finish my pillow with whether we're going to rick crack or not rick crack. Any advice about the pins, definitely welcomed. I need to start the poppy, the embroidery. And other than that, and I might start nettle. So I'm not one for making plans. For anyone that has watched my previous episodes, I never make plans because who knows what's going to happen. At the moment as well, I've been getting called in a lot to work, so I'm kind of just doing shifts in and out of work as and when. Alfie's started high school, so he's pretty settled, he's enjoying it. It's just a big change. I mean, it was a long time ago since I was at school, so I've got to try and remember back all that time ago. But yeah, I think over the weekend he was just a bit overwhelmed with it all. You know, there's new changes, you know, he's getting the bus by himself, he's now having hot dinners that he's going and getting himself. He had to figure out where his locker was and how to use his locker. And like he said to me, he's like, Mum, it's not just like lessons, he's like, you've got to go to each class and there's a different lesson. And yeah, so it is big changes. So he's doing really well. It's just, like I say, he'll settle and he'll find his feet. He'd done an animal club on Friday night after school, so I did warn him not to bring any more pets home. He's fine to go to animal club, but they can stay in animal club. Although he did come home and say that the teacher had said they were giving out some for free, some African giant snails, if anyone was interested. You just had to spend £20 on this tank or something. And I was like, no, sorry, but I'm drawing the line. We are not having snails. So yeah, that was fun. So no, we're definitely not going down that route. So yeah, all is good. I've got quite a busy October. So tomorrow night, me and my brother David, we are going to watch Lady Gaga. Oh, I'm so excited. I absolutely can't wait. I'm so made up. So yeah, the two of us are going to watch Lady Gaga, which will just be amazing. Just can't wait to see her. So we've got that, and then towards the end of the month, I've got a workshop at the Stitchery down in Northampton it's not Nikki, it's a sister, it's Sarah. Sarah's doing her first workshop, which I'm delighted to be attending, which is a Stacey Nash pattern. So we're going to be stitching, I think it's Chili, the snowman, is that right? Possibly, I think so. So we've got a day stitching him, meeting up with some lovely stitchy friends, which I can't wait. Some people that I've met on Flosstube, some people that I've spoke to through Instagram. So there'll be a few of us there. So that will be amazing. Can't wait for that. And then not long after that, I'm going back down to London. I'm going to Kew Gardens for a Toft workshop, which is the crocheting that I love to do. So Toft is the brand. She's doing a Halloween workshop, which will be awesome. I mean, I love Toft. I've loved Toft for a long time, and all the crochet patterns are just incredible. So we are going to stitch something Halloween related. And then there is, so I've never been to Kew Gardens. I don't really know a lot about it, but because we're in sort of like Halloween area at time, you know what I mean? It's going to be Halloween. They're doing like a light display where you walk through. Obviously it'll be dark at night, and there's all lights that they do for Halloween, like a Halloween trail. So yeah, really looking forward to that. That'll be amazing. So we get to do that and walk through the grounds. So yeah, lovely things coming up. So hopefully I'm still going to have plenty of time to get some stitching done. Some crafts anyway. If not, there'll be plenty on these courses. There'll be plenty of talking and show and tell and everything else. So it'll be wonderful. It'll be lovely to see everyone, other crafty people. And so yeah, there's a lot going on in October. And apart from that, I don't think there's anything else to say. So yeah, we're just coming in, just about an hour today. So it's not as long as normal. So lovely to see you all. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Thank you everyone for subscribing, and I know I've had a few new subscribers that have come over, either whether it be from shout outs or you've just found me, you've just stumbled across me. Thank you a million. I know we say it all the time, when everyone says the same, but it really means so much when we get a like, when we get a thumbs up, when we get somebody new that's subscribed. It's just wonderful, it's lovely, it's such a nice feeling, and it makes me happy to think that other like-minded crafty people out there are liking what I'm showing and what I'm talking about. So thank you so much for following me on this journey. I hope you're all having lots of crafting time and life is going well for you all. So take care. I don't know when I'll update you next, whether I'll tie it in towards the end of the month when I'm going to go on my workshops. Take plenty of videos, plenty of pictures. I'll show you all the fun things that's going on, and take care everyone. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.